Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to those who have subscribed and to the recent subscribers. I appreciate it. Today I am just relaxing. I don't have much on my schedule today. I have a few clients to see a little bit, maybe in a few hours. And I thought I just wanted to paint. I wasn't really in particular with what I wanted to paint. And I thought about the scribble drawing and the scribble painting. So this is an art therapy task, but it's very good to loosen up and just get yourself back into a creative mode. So if you've had trauma, if you've had any sort of loss, any grief, any major change in life, and you have not felt yourself maybe depressed, maybe overly anxious, a scribble drawing can center you, and it's less intimidating than a white piece of paper. So I used color pencils, two different colors, just to add space and shapes to it, or color and shapes to it. And after that, I selected the colors I wanted to paint with. And now I'm just painting, and I'm not even worrying about what the paint looks like. You can see here, I'm not being particular about the color, how it's bleeding into the next color. This is just an escape, something just to loosen up, like I said. So if you're intimidated by getting into paint, or you need like an exercise, now I have most of it painted. I'm taking a look at the negative space, and I think I want to play with that negative space a little bit differently than to just keep piling color on it. So I'm going to pick a darker color. So I'm going to find some kind of dark color that's going to pop. I might do black. So I'm going to look through my paints, and then I'm going to kind of decide after that. All right, so as far as colors, I have this navy blue color from Craft Smart, and these both bottles are of the same color. So one is a little lighter, so I think this one feels a little lighter. So I might use this color, or I'm going to do black. So I am thinking, let me put a little sample of the color and just kind of look at the colors together. So when I cut the paper off, I am left with some of this. So I'm just going to tear it in half because it's good as a sample. So let me push this off to the side. And then we all know what black looks like, but every black from different paints has a different shade, if you could say that, with the black. Some it's a little bit more gray black, some it's a deeper black, charcoal black. So it's good to, test it out and see. So I'm going to put a nice sample of black here. I'm going to put it up to the edge so I can compare it with the other colors. And then I'm going to do navy. So I'm going to shake the bottle. And that's very important with these paints, is to shake the bottle. And I'm already liking the navy. It just seems so much more of what I'm looking for. However, I might have to layer it up because I do like my colors to be very solid with these paints because they are inexpensive. Now I'm thinking about what would happen if I mix the navy and the black together. So let me give that a try. And I'm going to put a little, well, I'm liking that. I like that a lot. All right, so being that this is wet, I'm not going to set it down on the painting, but I am going to kind of move it over. I'm going to kind of go like this, sample. What do I like? I'm thinking the black would just be too black. I'm liking the navy. And I'm thinking the mix of the navy and the black might be good as an accent color if I want to do that. So I'm going to pick the navy for right now. All right, so this painting is complete for right now. It needs to dry, and then when all of it is dried, I'm going to go back over it and just refresh the edges, and then I will be adding in some of my whimsical elements to it. But this is how you could do a scribble drawing. And the one really interesting part to this painting right now is that this yellow is by itself. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that as I paint. So with a fresh mind, when I come back, I don't know what's going to happen with that. So that will be interesting to check out and see if there's anything interesting that will go on in there. But there are a few more parts to this. So the next part is to even out the edges and the colors a little bit better. Because right now it's very messy, and I am the type of person where I want things to be a little bit more refined. Then I'll have to let that dry, and then I will then add in some whimsical character to them, and then I might have to go back over the whimsical character with another set of paint, another layer for that. So a few more times working on this. So let me let this dry. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to go do something else in the meantime. Hi everyone. I am going to take a break from my painting, and I'm going to cut some fabric. So I just want to show you what I am using for my fabric, just to be able to cut it. I have a board. It's really nice, and durable for cutting. And you can find those at craft stores. They have different sizes. I just have a smaller size. I actually have even a smaller size than this. I have my pin cushion when I do need it. I have my rotary cutter, which is really now easy to use. However, when I first got it, it was very difficult for me because of my rheumatoid arthritis. But it's gotten better. I have my quilting thread, and I have some scissors. So I have this in a basket, and I just keep it with all of my fabrics because I will eventually need it. But I have finished cutting all of the turquoise fabrics for my quilt. So it's quite a bit. Now I am going to, since I started some pink, I am going to work on the pink fabrics. And so here's the pile of the pinks. And what I do is like I cut the edge where it's straight, and then I cut it in the center. And right now I'm not going to be particular about how straight my quilt is. For me, it's a process. It's a learning tool right now. And then when I make my second one, I'm going to definitely work on making things a little bit more straight and square, which will take me longer, more than likely, to work on. But let me get to cutting this, and then when I do quite a few pieces, then I'll probably take a break and have lunch. This is the amount of pink fabric I cut. I am going to take a break. I have this much more to cut. I'm not sure if I'll get to all of that today. I do have to work and see a few clients, but so far this is what I was able to do for the day. So if you like what you see, and if you would like to follow, please subscribe and press the like button. I appreciate you. You have a nice day. Bye.